Now in 4 News Now at 6, the Trump administration is slashing federal funding for health departments across the country. See what this could mean for programs many depend on here in the inland Northwest.
And cool temperatures have taken over our areas, but the scattered thunderstorms remain. I'll get you prepared and tell you how long they're going to stick around in your First Alert weather forecast.
The Sweet 16 tip-off is tomorrow, but March Madness fever is alive and well in downtown Spokane. We have team coverage on how to get in on all the fun, plus hear from fans in Hooptown, USA, cheering on their favorite teams. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Well, the Trump administration is cutting $11 billion in funding from health departments across the U.S. The Health and Human Services Secretary says it's all part of a plan to restructure the HHS.
We're going to eliminate an entire alphabet soup of departments and agencies while preserving their core functions by merging them into a new organization called the Administration for a Healthy America, or AHA.
Well, thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. While Secretary Kennedy sets up this new agency, organizations and programs that rely on this funding are left in limbo. Derek Strom explains the confusion this is causing for local organizations.
That is about as good for the public health as a cough in your face.
Washington is losing around $160 million in federal funding. $130 million of that will be in canceled grants that were supposed to go to the State Department of Health. Thousands of federal jobs are being cut from the CDC, the FDA, and others. Senator Patty Murray says the Trump administration's plan to make HHS more efficient could result in cutting critical health programs and research.
Pushing out 20,000 workers at a preeminent health agency, choking off funding for cancer research, and eliminating funding that prevents infectious diseases like measles will not make Americans healthier.
Senator Murray's not sure how these cuts and canceled grants will affect organizations here locally yet, but she's worried about how it will affect regional health districts and organizations that track diseases across our state.
I am here to tell people in this country that I'm angry. And I'm watching an administration come in and change the course in life and health and well-being of people in my communities, and I'm fighting back.
Research institutions like Washington State say it's unclear if any of the grants it's expecting from HHS will be canceled. The university says it's had many notifications of pauses or stop work orders for federal grants in recent weeks. Providence is also set to receive $2 million in federal grant funding this year, but it's unsure if the cuts will affect that. Providence sent a statement that reads in part, quote, "As we do whenever funding changes to federally supported public health programs are proposed, Providence is carefully evaluating HHS's announcement to understand what it might mean for our patients, caregivers, physicians, and communities." Other organizations like the Native Project are among the organizations expecting federal grants from HHS. In Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Well, the Trump administration is also cutting $500 million in funding for emergency food services for food banks. The USDA also announced the federal government will not cover the cost of things like eggs, chicken, and milk. This comes as more and more people are turning to food banks to keep the fridge stocked because of inflation.
New details tonight on the drive-by shooting in Moses Lake that left a 14-year-old dead and 4 others hurt. Investigators say the driver of that car that was shot at, 26-year-old Crystal Santoyo, is engaged to a Moses Lake police detective. Santoyo, along with 3 others who were hurt, have been released from the hospital. The 14-year-old has already been arrested in connection to this shooting. Investigators are still searching for these 2 men, also believed to be involved in the shooting. 20-year-old Jose Beltran and 18-year-old Matthew Valdez. They are both facing multiple charges, including first-degree murder, and they are considered to be armed and dangerous. If you see them, call 911.
We've already seen a little bit of rain here in Spokane, and we have more on the way.
Our team of weather experts are tracking some scattered thunderstorms making their way across the area. Let's send it over to Jason Valentine and for Chris Crocker tonight with your First Alert forecast.
Thank you so much. And we are seeing actually some clearing going on in the Spokane area, though we do expect more shower activity, or at least chances of shower activity to come back. We saw quite a bit last night to the east and to the west of Spokane. We could see it kind of hone in a little more on Spokane itself. So take taking a look at the radar, we have quite a bit of thunder and lightning going through the Tri-Cities area as we speak, along the Blue Mountain region, Lewiston areas. We do expect it to increase in intensity towards the Spokane, Coeur d'Alene area, especially as we get into the overnight period. But as we're looking at a closer look at our radar, still no thunder or lightning in the region, but still shower activity breaking up for the time being. But we do expect it to return as we head into, well, after sundown and into the overnight period. So your evening planner, again, off and on showers in places. We're not going to see voluminous rain at times. We're just going to see it off and on. We are staying warm, at least in our overnight periods. We're right in the mid-40s. But tomorrow, we're just going to be like today. We were about 20 or so degrees off of yesterday. We're going to be in those mid to lower 50s into the weekend. I'll have a look at what you can expect on Friday and into the weekend. My first alert weather forecast, that's coming up.
Jason, you have your jersey, but
Yes.
we hope that everyone at home has grabbed theirs, a hot dog, maybe a beer if you're old enough, because it is opening day for the Mariners.
And they're taking on the Athletics at T-Mobile Park tonight. Sports director Jack Wallace joins us now with a preview of tonight's game. Jack.
Well, nothing beats the warm feeling of America's pastime returning on, and baseball is back. These divisional rivals, Mariners and Athletics, meeting in 2025's opening day, picking up where they left off in 2024's season closing series, also in Seattle. Except this time, no Oakland A's, but A's. That's just it. The Mariners having the privilege of being the last team to play them as the Oakland A's and the first to play them as the nameless A's. Former New York Met pitcher Luis Severino will duel returner Logan Gilbert. He earned his last dub of the season against those A's to close out the year back in September. And the M's, not too much going on this offseason. Their only kind of bigger ad here, Donovan Solano used to be a Twin, but they also signed Cal Raleigh to a 6-year extension, which was pretty good for M fans. Seattle did allow the fewest walks and the fewest hits in the league last year with their elite rotation. And despite a lingering injury for their stud starter George Kirby on the mound, pitching should still be near the top of the line. Now, it's the first of 13 meetings so far this season, 7 of which at home. None of them, though, after this opening series will be until late August, which should be a little bit warmer, though. So baseball is here. And I have to ask y'all, now that we can fully say any predictions, I know, Derek, you have your fantasy team.
Yeah.
You got to have some hot takes coming in for the year.
Well, you know, October rolls around and you're way down on the M's, right? And then spring rolls around and you're like, we're back, baby. Let's do this. So
This is our year.
we're winning the AL West.
I can see it. I can see it. They got a good lineup. Got a good rotation. It's gonna be fun.
All right, Jack, thank you. Well, Spokane is once again the place to be for top-notch basketball.
Starting tomorrow, the Spokane Arena will host the NCAA women's basketball tournament. Teams are fighting for their chance to make it to the Final Four. Hunter Bertram joins us live now. Hunter, you met some very devoted fans today.
Yeah, hey, Kirsten, you know, fans from every corner are flocking to the Lilac City to rally behind their favorite teams, players, and coaches. Earlier today, I met a couple cheering on LSU, and they tell me the love for the game doesn't just create fans, but it creates a family.
It's beautiful, really beautiful through here.
All the way from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
We travel all over and watch LSU play.
Curtis and Darlene Dalton are visiting Spokane for the very first time.
Beautiful park. Like the waterfalls and everything.
They fell in love with LSU women's basketball, so much so.
They're like our kids. Very good.
Good players they're proud to be rooting for every step of the way.
We went the both first and second round, and it was electric.
Electric, that's what this weekend in Spokane is shaping up to be. Check this out. UCLA paraded through the heart of the city with an SPD escort. This sign on their bus's windshield, a reminder of how far they've gotten in this challenging tournament and in their college careers.
It's so much fun watching some of the players from year to year really come into their own. And
Darlene and Curtis say basketball's truly about creating a family sharing a love of the game.
Go Tigers is the big one.
That's it. Well, go Tigers. The excitement lasts through Monday, and if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, there's still some left or here at the Spokane Arena. You can find those details on how to get them on KXLY.com. Live in Spokane, I'm Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Wouldn't peg Hunter as an LSU fan. Who knows? Still ahead, experts warn a decline in the bee population could impact local farmers markets. What's causing the drop and what researchers at Washington State University are doing to help.
And President Trump announced a 25% tariff on all imported cars. How this tariff could impact car prices and what a local dealership has to say about them next.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Buckle up, Sam. It's Trunk Month.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. We've got Maverick and Ranger fully prepared. This event is so big, it has something in it for everyone.
Hot tubs, hot tubs, hot tubs. The Hot Tubs Swim Spa Expo is at all 4 Pool World locations this weekend only. Hundreds of hot tubs from the world's leading brands like Hot Spring Hot Tubs, all discounted. Hot tubs as low as $79 a month. 0% financing, save thousands. Swim spas up to $10,000 off. Above ground pools as low as $56 a month. Saunas as low as $79 a month. Hot tubs, swim spas, above ground pools, and saunas up to 30% off. This weekend at all 4 Pool World locations. HotTubExpoSpokane.com.
What is your secret sauce?
Is morning TV ready for this?
Oh my God.
GMA tomorrow. Logan and Jake Paul.
This is great. We should do this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Only on
Good Morning America.
Fantastic. Love that. Cheney, Medical Lake, and the whole Airway Heights area have become a special place in our story. First, it was the place where my dad started Holiday Heating and Cooling. He walked the streets, going door to door, seeing if anyone needed help with their heating and air conditioning. And then there's my story. Cheney is where I grew up, went to school, and finished my degree in mechanical engineering. That helped give me the foundation for what I do today. Now taking Holiday Heating, Cooling, and Electric to the next generation. It's a special place in my heart, and Holiday is proud to be part of this community.
Your home is more than a place, it's a feeling, a reflection of who you are. And at the Tin Roof, we believe furniture should do more than fill a room. It should inspire it. From timeless dining tables to sofas you can sink into and decor that tells your story, every piece is thoughtfully curated to make your space feel effortlessly you. Because it's not just furniture, it's where memories are made, where comfort lives, and where life happens. It's more than furniture, it's a feeling.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
Buckle up, Sam. It's Trunk Month.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. We've got Maverick and Ranger fully prepared. This event is so big, it has something in it for everyone.
If you're in the market for a new car, economists say pretty soon that purchase could get even steeper. President Donald Trump announced that 25% tariffs on imported cars will go into effect April 3rd, and a 25% tariff on car parts will take effect the following month.
Analysts say the effects of this will be felt by consumers. Madeline Mullins has been working on this story today and joins us live. So, Madeline, what do car dealers have to say to you today?
Well, what I've learned today is that if you are in the market to buy a new car, now is the time to buy. A car dealership I spoke with today says they're expecting their prices will go up with these tariffs. So if you're thinking of purchasing some new wheels, now is the time to do so before the effects of the tariffs are felt. Our dealerships in the Inland Northwest are getting ready, anticipating that the prices of cars will go up and the amount of people looking to purchase a new car will go down.
That will affect consumers' decisions and consumer behavior, but we'll just keep trying to provide great customer service.
But it's not just dealerships that are selling foreign cars that are worried. Domestic car dealerships are concerned as well. That is because nowadays no car is solely made in America.
Automotive parts will come from all over. They're really kind of worldwide at this point in their supply chain.
The tariffs on cars and parts will be felt across the board for people buying luxury vehicles to people who simply need to get a part replaced at their mechanic.
Right? Even the simple cost of an oil change will go up because oil filters are imported in. So you will see prices of repairs and prices of car services going up.
President Donald Trump says that with these tariffs, manufacturing will be brought back to the states. Economists say it could take a while before that were to happen.
Canada, China, Mexico, or Europe to decide to open up in the United States. They're going to be pretty hesitant based off of the uncertainty of these tariffs. Will these tariffs remain for a month, 6 months, or a year, or are they going to be more permanent?
In the meantime, dealerships are preparing to ride this wave and hoping that in the next few weeks, consumers are ready to pull the trigger and buy their new car. And I spoke to an economist today that says the effects of these tariffs will be felt within the next 3 to 6 months, and that prices are expected to go up anywhere between $5,000 to $12,000. Live in Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
All right, Madeline, thank you. Speaking of cars, we are still dealing with pothole season.
We all do our best to avoid them, but sometimes we just don't see them coming, and they can do a number on your tires. That's why Good Morning Northwest Natalie Grant teamed up with Consumer Reports to see what you can do to protect your car and your wallet. For tips, look for her story on our website, KXLY.com.
Man, pothole season is really hitting my area. Goodness gracious. Well, some breaks in the clouds locally at the moment, but more showers are possible as we head into the later evening hours. I'll get you prepared with your First Alert weather forecast. That is next.
This is Mary Sheridan with KXLY, where I'm suited up at Tate's Honey Farm, looking at their last live box of buzzing honeybees in this yard. Coming up after the break, I'll tell you what enormous loss beekeepers are seeing in their community this year.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap & Associates.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado.
See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
The Working Families Tax Credit isn't just for families. Individuals and couples can apply too. See if you or your family are eligible for this tax refund at workingfamiliescredit.wad.gov/eligibility.
The Book of Mormon is the best musical of this century. You won't believe how funny it is. You won't believe how much heart it has. And when it's over, you won't believe how much you'll want to see it again. The Book of Mormon, June 3rd through 7th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Spokane and North Idaho's country leader. The big 99.9 Coyote Country.
The Hoodie Project donates 1,500 hoodies each year, inspiring kids to see college as a real possibility.
By donating $100 for every Eastern touchdown and hosting Numerica's Tailgate for a Cause, Numerica proudly raised $10,000 for the EWU Hoodie Project last season.
These hoodies are more than a sweatshirt. They're a symbol of opportunity and that higher education is within reach.
This is how Numerica cares for kids.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days.
See your local GMC dealer.
Well, that's the sound of spring, isn't it? You may hear the buzzing of bees less frequently this year, though. That's because bees are having a hard time surviving the winter.
This has many local beekeepers and farmers worried about their crops this summer. Mary Sheridan spoke to one local farm to learn what's causing this decline and what you can do to help.
Tate's Honey Farm is quiet now, but soon it will be buzzing with beekeepers. Now, most of the customers here at Tate's Honey Farm are hobbyist beekeepers, and come April 12th, they'll be able to pick up a package of bees, which looks like this, except for they'll be able to pick up one of these with 10,500 worker bees inside and one queen bee weighing about 3 pounds. These packages come from commercial bee sellers in California who have seen quite a loss in bee populations in the past few months. According to the farm's owner, Jerry Tate, the whole supply chain is affected.
But it's a hell of a loss when a replacement package is $177 to a person to buy a new package. Local beekeepers get discouraged because they lose their bees and they don't know why.
A combination of disease, mites, and a low pollen count is making it hard for honeybees to survive the winter in many regions of the U.S. These are all stressors for the insect, which Dr. Priya Chakrabarti Basu is studying closely at Washington State University.
Honeybees are
the most commercially important pollinator across the world, not just in the US. So a lot of our food crops are reliant on honeybees for their pollination services.
You'll notice that you don't have as many pollinators coming into your garden, so your production of your garden drops. The size of your vegetables drop.
Scientists like Dr. Chakrabarti Basu says there's still more to learn about this issue, but for now, mindfulness is key.
The least we could do is probably make sure bees have access to diverse forage habitats, plenty of forage in the habitat, and also staggered bloom, so that something or the other is constantly blooming in the landscape.
In Spokane, Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
I feel like we learned a lot just watching that story.
That's how you can do your part, though, is plant a bunch of flowers.
Yes.
And this is the perfect, well, maybe not the perfect time to do it yet, Jason.
Well, it is springtime, so things are going to start to grow. So we're going to help the bees out here soon, and we're kind of helping out people who didn't like the heat on Wednesday. I enjoyed the heat on Wednesday.
It's going to be a little cooler.
It's getting to be a little bit cooler. So back to average temperatures, everybody. Good Thursday evening, everyone. We also have those scattered thunderstorms still around our area, but we're seeing some clearing right now. Gusty winds tomorrow. Could see gusts 20 or so mile per hour. So just a little bit of a breeze tomorrow. But we do look to be drier this weekend, though. Maybe just a hint of shower activity on your Saturday. So taking a look at our radar, the northwest again is abuzz with plenty of thunder and lightning and shower activity. The main hotspots seem to be the Tri-Cities along the Blue Mountain region, Lewiston area. We do expect some of this electricity to be coming up north to the Spokane, Coeur d'Alene region. Should be in the next kind of in the 3 hours or so, and especially as we get to our overnight period. A closer look at the radar. We don't see any lightning except for just south of Pullman right there. Again, shower activity all around, but we're kind of in a nice pocket right now of getting a little bit of sunshine. So what is happening? We have that low pressure system out in the Pacific. Now, this was churning in those warm temperatures yesterday. If you remember, we had record temperatures across the board, and we saw this cool front come through, this blue line, last night. So that has cooled everything down, and we are going to stay cool, at least for the foreseeable future. So our forecast radar, as we move into the evening hours, we have a good push coming around 10 to 11 o'clock, and then we'll see showers return for your commute tomorrow. But as we get to tomorrow, late morning to early afternoon, we'll see it start to clear up and get on out, though we could see, again, a scattered shower or two. Again, could return a little bit on Saturday, but tomorrow evening into the overnight period should be much nicer than it has been. So winds right now, already seeing gusts in Pullman up to 22 miles per hour, but they're seeing a little bit of stormy attitudes there. So if you do have one of the cells come through your area, you will see a burst of wind, but it shouldn't last too long. Tomorrow will be much more sustained. Our highs, again, yesterday 75 for Spokane, but our averages are in the lower 50s. We're going to be right at or just above it for the week ahead. So darn it, we just kind of had a sneak preview of early summer yesterday, and we're going to have to wait a little longer to see it. Now here's the temperature change in the last 24 hours. 21 degrees for Coeur d'Alene, Spokane. St. Mary's, 29 degrees cooler right now than it was yesterday at this time. That is dramatic, but it just also shows you how warm it was yesterday. 7-day forecast, and again, tomorrow should see the rain clouds and the thunder and lightning possible come to an end early afternoon. Slight chance of a little bit of shower activity on Saturday. Your Sunday should be the pearl of the weekend, so should see some sunshine. Should be pretty nice, and then those showers look to return as we get to Monday and Tuesday, and maybe a little bit of a break from it as we get into midweek. Also, overnight lows, they're going to be staying mid to upper 30s until we get to the middle part of next week, so chilling out there. So keep an eye out for more stray thunder showers tonight. And these cool temperatures, they're sticking with us into April.
All right, Jason, thanks so much. New details now on the midair crash in our nation's capital that killed 67 people. Hear how many close proximity incidents took place in the area before the crash coming up.
Funding for a local organization that provides legal representation for migrant children has been cut. How this could impact kids in our area, next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Hot Tub Swim Spa Expo is at all 4 Pool World locations this weekend only. Hundreds of hot tubs from the world's leading brands, all discounted. Hot tubs as low as $79 a month. Hot tub swim spas, above ground pools, and saunas up to 30% off. This weekend at all 4 Pool World locations.
All across Washington, people are coming together
to restore our rivers and streams.
We're planting trees and shrubs to cool and purify the water. making it healthier for salmon.
Each project improves water quality and creates new habitat for fish and wildlife.
The ripples of these projects will be felt for generations.
Be a part of the ripple effect by volunteering with your local conservation district.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado.
See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
The Hot Tub Swim Spa Expo is at all 4 Pool World locations this weekend only. Hundreds of hot tubs from the world's leading brands, all discounted. Swim spas up to $10,000 off. Above ground pools as low as $56 a month. Hot tub swim spas, above ground pools, and saunas up to 30% off. This weekend at all 4 Pool World locations.
4 News Now is brought to you by Visit Downtown Coeur d'Alene this holiday season.
Welcome back. The local nonprofit Manzanita House says it lost over $60,000 after the Trump administration cut funding to a program that helps thousands of unaccompanied migrant children.
According to ABC News, over 26,000 migrant kids currently receiving legal representation through this funding lost it. Marissa Rio joins us in studio now with how this will impact kids in our community.
Manzanita House says it currently serves 8 clients through this program. While some have turned 18 since beginning this program, all started off as minors. Their youngest client is only 11. While they scramble to find ways to help those already in the program, an official tells me they are now unable to take on any more kids at this time. This program makes it so unaccompanied minors can have legal representation in immigration court. Without it, they'd have to represent themselves. An official says many of these children do not have the capacity to understand what they're going through. So without representation, more children will be deported from the United States.
They would want to live at home, but through a variety of factors, family who's not able to provide for them, economic instability, violence in their communities, they were forced to leave for their safety to try to find a better life.
Samuel Smith says this funding helped those children live a better life. If you would like to learn more about Manzanita House, or if you'd like to help them make a difference in kids' lives during this time, visit our website at kxly.com. In studio, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Marissa. Over 200,000 jewelry-making kits are being recalled by the Consumer Product Safety Commission. The impacted products are like the ones seen on your screen here, the Crazy Art 2-gem jewelry kits made by La Rose Industries. And they are being recalled because they can contain liquid resin amounts above federal safety levels. Liquid resin can cause skin, eye, respiratory irritation when touched, ingested, or inhaled. And those with these kits should not use them. Contact the company for a refund.
Well, debate over a bill aimed at protecting students' rights.
Why some say it threatens parental rights, coming up.
At this time tomorrow, LSU and NC State are tipping off inside the Spokane Arena. Coming up at 6:30, we'll tell you how the local youth players are soaking in this March Madness weekend.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. I want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
I think what propelled Holiday the most was my son Chris. He went to college to become a mechanical engineer, and on my 60th birthday, he says, "Dad, I'd like to come to work for you."
Grandpa Doc was staying at our house. I'd love to come work with my dad. I don't really know how to approach him. And Grandpa Doc, with a weird look on his face, and he just said, "Have you ever asked him?" Did end up asking. I think everyone started crying, like the true Holiday way.
It was so amazing, and when Chris came on, all the things that I wanted done were getting done, and he was doing it. Just his go attitude toward it. And so he quit his engineering to come to work for me, and now it's him taking over. And I'm very proud of where it's gone and how it's gotten there.
Every day is still tough, but still have a good, successful business with a bunch of great employees. And it tells us we're doing something right.
I'm blessed. Thank you. Yeah, that was the propel.
It's Truck Month with the Ford crew.
Attention, please. The final days of Truck Month have arrived.
Morgan, light it up.
On it! This is like a movie.
Okay, everyone, time is running out for our best deals on Ranger and Maverick and America's best-selling trucks for 48 years, Ford F-Series.
Lease a 24 F-150 Super Crew 4x4 for $399 a month for 36, or buy with 2.9% for 72. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Tee off in style at Circling Ravens' top-tier golf suites. Play more than 80 famous golf courses around the world. It's a hole-in-one for all skill levels. Visit cdacasino.com for details.
Winning is just the beginning.
When I became president, I asked about the secrets. Aliens, Bigfoot, who killed JFK.
The president was trying to warn me. He knew something.
The biggest secret in the history of mankind. Right under your nose.
What aren't you telling me?
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
It's March Madness Spokane style. The NCAA women's tournament continues tomorrow with teams battling for spots in the Final Four.
8 of the best teams in the country have made it here to Spokane and are ready to play in their Sweet 16 matchups. Sydney Berger joins us now to talk about how the community is celebrating before game day.
Well, the growth of women's basketball is undeniable, and with the importance that the city of Spokane puts on hosting the Sweet 16 and Elite 8, it lets little girls know that their dreams of one day playing in the tournament could be a reality. The road to the Final Four makes a pit stop in Hooptown, USA. Youth basketball players from around the Inland Northwest were getting in the March Madness spirit, warming up before game day in a clinic to promote girls basketball. Shoot-around, technique drills, and competitions made for a great opportunity for kids to engage with the pros.
Hopefully they leave inspired and empowered. I think visibility is so important. So for them to be able to go to the games or just even be in the city and to be around this energy and the vibes, that gives them the belief that they can also do that. And I think that's so empowering.
With some of the top talent from around the country getting ready to tip off inside the Spokane Arena, players and coaches reflect on how the sport is continuing to evolve.
As someone who's been doing this 32 years, sometimes I just have to pinch myself about how far we've come and to be able to look around and see the skill level up, the exposure up, the corporate sponsorship up, the attendance up. Like, you know, we've been scratching and clawing for that kind of growth for a really long time.
Looking at the little girls that's going to come in way after us, like when we go to the WNBA, we might not get those multi-million-dollar deals, but think of the high schoolers and the young girls, they're going to grow up and they're going to be having those deals, and it's going to be a whole shift, and it started with something that we're doing. So that's why you got to play the game with some type of intensity and passion, just because it don't end with us. Like, we just trying to leave it better than we found it.
Well, Spokane has hosted plenty of men's and women's March Madness games, but this particular round of Sweet 16 teams is one of the best groups of 8 teams we've seen come here to Spokane. LSU and NC State tip off at 6:30 tomorrow right here in the Spokane Arena. Reporting live, Sydney Berger, 4 News Now Sports.
Really is a pretty cool group of schools that are here. Thank you, Sydney. And the transfer portal continues to churn up rosters across college basketball.
A third Gonzaga Bulldog entered his name into the portal today.
And being frank, of all the 3, it's the one by far with the most minutes, the most points.
Michael Ajayi will spend his final remaining year of eligibility elsewhere. He was a fifth-year extra, getting one more year because of his junior college years. And Ajayi, he was the WCC leading scorer last year for the Pepperdine Waves, but his shooting never really materialized, despite some great defense you're seeing now, great dunking too, and better overall play as the season continued on. Ajayi scored 15 or more points 4 times this season, none since January. That compares to 21 15-point games just a year ago. And how about one heck of an opening day for Kyle Manzardo, the former WSU Coug, tying the Cleveland Guardian all-time record for most RBIs in an opening day with 4. Young fella had 3 hits, including a monster home run you just saw there right into the fountains in Kansas City. How about that record, too? He's the first Cleveland ballplayer since Leon Wagner in 1964 with 4 RBIs on opening day. He's the 3rd MLB player ever with a double, triple, and home run on opening day. First since 1973. And he helped the Guards win 7-4 to start their season unbeaten. And checking in on our local teams still live in March, Gonzaga women's team is keeping pace in a real tight one, 56-54 against and at the Minnesota Golden Gophers in the WBIT quarterfinals. Real tight in this one. The winner of this game will go to Hinkle Fieldhouse, one of the greatest college basketball arenas in the country. That's in Indianapolis, Indiana. The winner of this will face the Florida Gators. And for the Washington State women, they're out in North Dakota against the NDSU Bison. This one coming down real to the wire. The score is now 48-55. NDSU has been on a huge run. Cougs scoreless. And almost 5 minutes or more of play. It's been a rough fourth quarter for them. So unfortunate. Not over yet. But we'll see.
All right. We've got a minute 23 to make it happen. Thanks, Jack. All right, let's send it over now to Jason Valentine with your First Alert forecast.
Thank you so much, Derek. Good Thursday evening, everyone. Folks, it is starting to look like a beautiful evening as we're heading into it. But again, we could see some more storm action coming into all of our areas. So keep an eye out for that. Here's a look at our radar. And we still have quite a lot of thunder and lightning just to the south of our regions. And in the next couple of hours, we could see that start to creep into the Spokane, Coeur d'Alene areas. At worst, we should see some precipitation coming on through. So get ready for a bit of a wet overnight period, and you should have a wet commute tomorrow morning. Luckily, this shower activity should finally come to an end as we head into tomorrow early afternoon. Here's our evening planner, and we're going to be staying warm. Again, our highs today, we're about 20 to 25 degrees off of where we were last night at this time. As we're looking at, but our overnights are kind of holding tough in those mid-40s. But we do expect to be by midweek next week, again, right around that freezing mark. So cool temperatures are creeping back in, even as we head into April. All right, a little bit of fun. Let's do a little bit of a countdown. Baseball returns. Oh, my goodness, it returned today. April Fool's Day, next Tuesday. So keep on guard, especially online. And Bloomsday, 37 days. So if you want to train for it, you still have a little over a month left. Let me get you ready for your Thursday evening, your Friday, and your weekend. That's in my First Alert weather forecast that's coming up later in the show.
Jason, thank you. A new program in the West Plains will work to support victims of violent crimes. This is all thanks to a grant from the Washington Attorney General's office to the Airway Heights Police Department. West Plains Victim Services will work in collaboration with Airway Heights Police, Cheney Police, and Eastern Washington University Police. Officials are working to launch the program and recently hired these 2 victim advocates. And Airway Heights police officials said those most in need in our community are domestic violence victims, and now advocates will be there to help them find their voice.
We'll be able to help with several different things, from general services like support, some possible financial stuff, from some legal advocacy to referrals for therapy, criminal justice.
Pam DePriest says they will hopefully begin helping victims within the next month.
Lawmakers in Olympia continue to debate a bill that would change a parent's rights when it comes to their child's education.
Albert James has the latest on this debate and the key issues some lawmakers say need to change.
The bill has passed subject to signatures.
House Bill 1296 passed out of a Senate committee on a party line vote Thursday morning. The bill establishes rights of students in education and a complaint process for schools that willfully don't follow state laws on harassment, student discipline, and other areas. Though the bill was amended by Democratic Senator Claire Wilson to drop language that made changes to the rights given to parents under last year's Initiative 2081. Wilson says changes will still be pursued by her Senate Bill 5181, but having separate bills handling separate issues keeps the efforts moving forward.
It was just a strategy and a way that both chambers kind of approach things, and then right now it's keeping all doors open and all windows open so we can make sure something ends on the other side.
Wilson argues the parents' rights needs to be updated as those passed by the initiative are in conflict with protections for student medical records established in state law.
You don't change a law in an initiative that then they conflict, and that was what was happening. Schools were saying, which one do we follow, because one says this and the other says that.
Committee Republicans say they appreciated the changes to the House bill, but still take issue with the overall effort as it still threatens parents' rights.
Public schools are the cornerstone of health, diverse and productive society. That statement I don't believe, because the traditional family and mother and father are the cornerstone of a nation. It's always been the cornerstone of a nation.
Let's Go Washington, the group that pushed the original Parents' Rights Initiative, previously filed initiatives aimed to repeal the House and Senate bills. A statement from a group spokesperson Thursday says in part, quote, "As the legislature tries to play games and keep secrets from parents, we will do whatever we must to ensure that parents are kept up to date with every decision pertaining to their children." The Senate bill, which contains the changes to parents' rights, is slated for a vote out of a House committee next week. In Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. There's an elite crew with a hero at the helm. NCIS. Watch the premiere Monday at 6 on Heroes and Icons. Over the air on KXLY 4.3.
Fred's Appliance and 4 News Now are teaming up for the Great American Flag Swap. On March 28th, bring your old tattered flag to any Fred's location, and in exchange, you'll receive a new flag with help from Uncle Sam's Flag and Gift. Let's thank veterans and military families who are serving.
Fred's Appliance is proud to partner with 4 News Now for the Great American Flag Swap. We honor the sacrifices of our military families and veterans. Visit Fred's Appliance today, trusted for over 60 years, where we sell appliances, only appliances.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Todd LaRoche. Todd is a volunteer chaplain with the Spokane Police Department.
For over 10 years, Todd has trained and mentored other volunteer chaplains, working together to support families after the loss of a loved one.
I just really love helping people. Unfortunately, it's in the most difficult time of their lives.
Thanks to STCU for helping make sure volunteers count.
Need to liven up your living room? Deck out your dining room? Beautify your bedroom? We've got just the thing. It's the spring clearance sale at Furniture Row, and that means all clearance furniture is on sale throughout the store. Shop fresh new looks for every room in your home. Or make your money work for you with 48 months, no interest financing. Get your home ready for spring with the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. Only at Furniture Row.
Over the last 63 years, we've helped so many customers. Our local owners and staff enjoy helping you select the right tire for your needs and budget.
That's right. And with Cooper Tire and other quality brands, we're still the price leaders with exceptional service, selection, and warranties.
Get special Cooper Tire pricing right now during our Perfection Anniversary celebration.
We offer free services with every tire purchase, extending the quality and life of your vehicle.
Nobody beats perfection.
We all have a friend who loves the McDonald's hot, crispy Filet-O-Fish. My friend, you could be that friend.
Friends don't let friends miss buy one, add one for $1 on these classics.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
New details on this mid-air crash between a military helicopter and a commercial airliner in D.C. That crash killed all 63 passengers of the jet, as well as the 4 service members on the helicopter.
Today, one lawmaker said it was preventable during a hearing with the heads of the FAA, the National Transportation Safety Board, and the Army. While the final crash report isn't expected for several more months, there were a number of key safety gaps unveiled during today's hearing. CNN's Laura Aguirre explains.
One stunning number from the Federal Aviation Administration, there were more than 15,000 close proximity events between a helicopter and a commercial airliner near Reagan National Airport, or DCA, between October 2021 and December of last year, just weeks before the fatal midair collision in January. And of those,
there were 85 incidents where the lateral separation between a commercial jet and a helicopter was less than 1,500 feet, and the vertical separation was less than 200 feet.
Leading committee members to ask, how did the FAA not identify these risks sooner?
There's millions of pieces of data that come in.
When pressed on how they will handle it going forward,
We're using machine learning and language modeling to scan incident reports to find themes and areas of concern.
another key focus, the Blackhawks operation. And was it flying with a critical identifying system known by the acronym ADSB out, turned off, which is, the Army says, permitted with certain types of flights.
75% of the flights are mission rehearsal readiness flights. Are those operated with ADSB out?
They are, Senator, yes.
So right now, today, the Army is flying helicopters in and around DCA Airport with ADSB out, turned off. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I have to say I find that shocking.
It's one of many policies sure to be examined much more closely in the months ahead by the Senate committee and the federal aviation agencies.
We leave no stone unturned, and we let the evidence guide us.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Well, folks, those hot temperatures from yesterday are gone for at least the week ahead, but we are still dealing with some thunderstorm cells, easy for me to say, in the area. I'll get you prepared my first alert weather forecast that's coming up on 4 News Now. Stick with us, everyone.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Hot Tub Swim Spa Expo is at all 4 Pool World locations this weekend only. Hundreds of hot tubs from the world's leading brands, all discounted. Hot tubs as low as $79 a month. Hot tub swim spas, above ground pools, and saunas up to 30% off. This weekend at all 4 Pool World locations.
Ready for action? It's no holds barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, April 10th. A show that pays tribute to one of the best Mexican-American performers of our time, Selena. Carla Perez, live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, May 8th. You'll love Yachtly Crew, a 7-piece SoCal band who has started a nationwide yacht rock craze. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, July 3rd. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
The Spokane Rock Rollers Club proudly presents the Gem, Mineral, and Jewelry Show at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center. Over 40 dealers will be selling gems, jewelry, crystals, and lapidary supplies. See outstanding displays of gemstones, fossils, and minerals. Enjoy children's activities, gem cutting demonstrations, hourly door prizes, and more. Tickets available at the door with cash or credit card. The 64th Annual Gem, Mineral, and Jewelry Show, March 28th through the 30th at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
The Hot Tub Swim Spa Expo is at all 4 Pool World locations this weekend only. Hundreds of hot tubs from the world's leading brands, all discounted. Swim spas up to $10,000 off. Above ground pools as low as $56 a month. Hot tub swim spas, above ground pools, and saunas up to 30% off. This weekend at all 4 Pool World locations.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Brainstorm at KXLY.com.
Well, if you want your kids to spend more time with you in the kitchen, Second Harvest is hosting a cooking camp over spring break. It's for kids between 8 and 12.
That's a good idea. They'll learn essential skills while also creating delicious dishes. It runs from April 7th through the 10th at the kitchen at Second Harvest. The camp costs $100, and you can find a link to reserve a spot for your future chef inside this story. You'll find it on KXLY.com.
You know, I must say I feel a little guilty because when I was 8 to 12, my mother would come home from a long day at work and I'd go, "What's for dinner?"
Yeah.
Now I know she was probably muttering a few things under her breath.
Right. We've all done that before.
Yeah, so feel bad. But I think people were muttering under their breath, "Where's the heat?"
Right.
Well, it's gone for a while, but you know what? At least we had it for a while. A beautiful shot from Steve Fider from last night. Look at this. This is from the Thunder and Lightning show last night. And now Spokane didn't really get get it, but it was to the east and to the west. We have another chance of seeing it tonight. Good Thursday evening, everyone. Ooh, we are close to that weekend. Hope you've had a wonderful day so far. So as we are moving on into the evening, we're back to average temperatures. Scattered thunderstorms throughout our regions. You'll see in a bit throughout the northwest. Gusty winds tomorrow and much drier this weekend, though. We could see just a hint of shower activity as we get into Saturday. So again, we are awash in shower activity, a little bit more scattered than we saw yesterday, but we do have some heavy cells. Tri-Cities area seeing quite a lot of storm activity. Lewiston area just hasn't reached Spokane, Coeur d'Alene as of yet, but again, scattered showers throughout the next couple of hours into tomorrow. Closer look at our radar, and again, we're seeing a little bit of clearing. A beautiful evening for Spokane right now, but do expect some more of the wet stuff at least to be on the way. Speaking of which, why is this happening? That low pressure system out in the Pacific, it's been churning in precipitation. Also, yesterday it was churning in that heat, but after this cool front came through our area last night, it cooled things down quite a bit. You won't believe the numbers. I'm going to get to that in a bit. So on our forecast radar, this is heading into this evening. We have more chances of cells coming through, especially as we get to 10 o'clock to midnight to our early hours for Friday. And as we move into tomorrow morning, we're going to see some wetness, again, scattered wetness for your commute. But by the time we get to the early afternoon hours, besides a few little cells, we should be finally getting drier, and that'll lead into a much nicer weekend ahead. So winds right now, we're seeing between 5 and 14 mile per hour winds across our areas. Tomorrow we could see gusts, sustained gusts up to around 25 miles per hour. But if you do see one of those cells come into your areas, you will have a quick burst of wind, so things can get blustery awfully quick. So high temperature trend, again, yesterday 75, today mid-50s. We're going to remain right there. Again, our average for this time of year is lower 50s, so we're right around the average. But look at the change in the last 24 hours. 21 degrees for Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, 26-degree change for St. Mary's. That really puts into perspective how extraordinary yesterday's record high was. Just unbelievable. So again, tomorrow we're going to be right around 55. A great chance of, again, morning showers, and again, a little bit of thunder and lightning could be in there. Maybe some slight showers on Saturday. Sunday is looking beautiful. Then those showers look to return at least by Monday. And overnight lows are going to start taking a dip as we head into our middle part of our next work week. So darn it, we had that beautiful day, that kind of summer preview yesterday. We are just not going to see it even as we enter April by Tuesday of next week. So just get ready for, again, on and off showers tonight and cool but mild temperatures to continue.
All right, hopefully we'll get there soon enough. You can stay indoors this Saturday, though, at the 33 Artists Spring Market. The family-friendly market brings together Spokane's creative community, from emerging makers to seasoned professionals offering one-of-a-kind art. It's happening at the Women's Club on Spokane South Hill from 11 to 5.
Around the nation now, the fallout is growing from the breach in national security on the messaging app Signal. 5 members of the president's cabinet were in court today. They're being accused of not preserving government records. It comes amid a new call for an investigation into that group chat. ABC's Perry Russum explains.
In a letter to the Department of Defense's acting inspector general, the leaders of the Senate Armed Services Committee are calling for an investigation into the group chat on Signal. The bipartisan leadership of Republican Senator Roger Wicker and Democratic Senator Jack Reed say they want to know, in part, if any individuals transferred classified information, including operational details, from classified systems to unclassified systems. The Attorney General today downplaying the seriousness of the issue.
It was sensitive information, not classified, and inadvertently released. And what we should be talking about is it was a very successful mission.
Growing pressure on Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth after his military attack plans inadvertently sent to a reporter were published. According to The Atlantic, Hegseth sent exact times of when fighter jets would take off, when strike drones would launch, when the first bombs would drop, and when sea-based Tomahawk missiles would be fired, hours before the attack started in Yemen.
Mr. Secretary, are you still using Signal?
The information was sent on the encrypted messaging app Signal, which the Pentagon found in 2021 to be an unauthorized means of communicating sensitive information. Democrats on Capitol Hill calling for a criminal investigation.
There's no reason that the higher-ups here should be given greater leniency just because they're in a position of power.
The Department of Justice and FBI say they have no plans to investigate. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Around the world tonight, King Charles III was hospitalized for part of the day for side effects from his cancer treatments. The king's health has been closely watched since early last year when he was announced that he had cancer. Buckingham Palace says the 76-year-old has canceled his events tomorrow.
All right, before we go to our final break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for your Thursday night.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
This isn't our dog.
That one?
You never got new glasses, did you?
Well, you didn't know Stanton Optical makes eye care easy.
Exactly.
One pair of glasses plus a free eye exam for $59. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a 24 Bronco Sport 4x4 Wild Edition for just $299 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
Residential Home Solutions is excited to announce our Win 25 and 25. This spring, you have a chance to win $25,000 in new windows and entry doors installed by our truly local company. To qualify, you must meet the following: be a homeowner and live in our region. No purchase is necessary to enter, and we provide free estimates to show what you could win. Go to residentialhs.com to enter or call 509-892-6460. Win 25 and 25 with Residential Home Solutions. Home improvements, custom fit for life.
Let's take a flight to Flight 509 Family Fun Center in the Spokane Valley. Get lost in 22,000 square feet of adventure for the whole family. Climbing, spinning, battling, striking, leaping, launching, exploring, invading, celebrating, and so much more. No, doggy. At Flight 509, fun really does take flight.
For March only, buy one window or door and get the second 40% off. Plus, get an additional $750 off your entire project. Schedule your complimentary consultation. Call Renewal by Anderson today.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Next ET, our Kim Cattrall exclusive. Last cameo, and just like that, you said, I'm not going to come back for the final season. But have we really seen the last of Samantha Jones? Let's do it. Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
911, what's your emergency?
The living room is full of smoke.
Any idea if that kid has a visual on us?
I can't breathe.
Maddie, you okay?
911, all new tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Well, coming up tonight on Nightside, the Grant County Sheriff's Office is warning people about a new scam. What you need to look for to protect your home tonight at 11.
More storms into your evening. Luckily, they'll end by tomorrow early afternoon. A nicer but mild weekend is on the way for your Friday planner. Again, a little bit of wetness even for your commute tomorrow. And then we'll see things start to clear up as the day goes on. Could even see some sunshine like we're seeing right now. But those showers could return here as well tonight and into the next couple of hours. So those cool temperatures, say goodbye to those hot temperatures, are back mid-50s for the week ahead.
All right, we're 13 minutes away from Logan Gilbert's first pitch at T-Mobile against the A's. Jason's certainly ready for tonight.
Suited up.
That's right. You got to represent the Pacific Northwest. We're definitely part of the Pacific Northwest. So go Mariners. Opening day, hope always springs eternal.
There you go. And of course, Jack will have the highlights tonight on Nightside.
I just got to know what I need to do to wear a jersey on.